Yu-Gi-Oh! The Dark Side of Dimensions is my childhood reborn. When I was a kid, Yu-Gi-Oh! Was, to me, what Pokemon was for kids in the late 90s and early 2000s. And it was better. My brother and I were obsessed with it. We watched the show, we collected the cards, we loved it. I still collect the cards today, but I don't watch much of the show anymore. I kinda stopped after Yu-Gi-Oh! GX. I didn't get too into 5Ds, definitely not Zexal. Arc 5 didn't exactly pique my interest, but there is a new show coming and I might check that out. But I was definitely excited for this movie. It was made to celebrate the 20th anniversary of the Yu-Gi-Oh! Franchise, with a story and script and character designs by the original series creator Kazuki Takahashi. How could any Yu-Gi-Oh! Fan not be excited for this? But now that I've had the pleasure to see it on the big screen, did it live up to the hype? Well, it was certainly a Yu-Gi-Oh! Movie, but that's not a bad thing at all. Dark Side of Dimensions brings back a lot of familiar faces. You got Yugi, Joey, Tristan, Taya, Bakura, Kaiba, and even Duke Devlin shows up. Oh, check out my sexy bod. And like previous Yu-Gi-Oh! Movies, the story is more or less a series of events that happen over the course of an hour and a half. Or 2 hours in this movie's case. Kaiba wants to put the Millennium Puzzle back together in hopes of resurrecting the Pharaoh so that he can properly defeat him. Then a new character named Aigami shows up and wants to do something evil, I think. Yeah, the story's not exactly coherent, but few Yu-Gi-Oh! Movies are. Then again, even if the stories don't always make sense, there's always an epic feeling to them. Watching Dark Side of Dimensions gave me a feeling of, wow, some serious stuff is going down. Yugi and his friends are getting ready to graduate high school. Aigami wants to create a world without hate, yet his intentions stem from fear, which leads to hate. And hate leads to suffering. Kaiba's been left scarred by his previous defeats, and it's made him even more desperate to get what he wants. Everyone seems like they've matured after the original series ended, and seeing that makes the ultimate threat they face much greater. We even see someone pointing a gun at Aigami. A real gun, not those invisible ones we've seen used all the time in the original show. But as is typical with anything Yu-Gi-Oh! Related, for all the serious moments we're given, we're bombarded with an equal amount of moments that are just beautifully ridiculous, especially when Kaiba's on screen. There's a scene where he punches the ground so hard, it makes Obelisk the Tormentor appear. I'm not even joking. He still pilots that Blue Eyes White Dragon jet. In fact, he's had that thing for so long, I'm surprised they haven't made a toy out of it yet. And the ending shows him doing the most outrageous thing he's ever done in Yu-Gi-Oh! History. I won't spoil it for those who haven't seen it, but trust me, it's pretty out there. That was part of the fun for me. Seeing a new Yu-Gi-Oh! Movie, silliness and all, with a group of people getting as sucked into the silliness as you. Dark Side of Dimensions is a movie that's meant to be enjoyed with other Yu-Gi-Oh! Fans. You can still watch it by yourself, but if you have other Yu-Gi-Oh! Fans to watch it with, you'll have the time of your life. It has a lot of fan service to make the experience even better. You got people like Dan Green and Eric Stewart reprising their roles, you get old characters, new characters, great monster battles, and it's probably the only Yu-Gi-Oh! Movie I've seen that feels like a legit movie. With movies like Pyramid of Light and Bonds Beyond Time, you sort of get the sense that they're more or less longer episodes of the show. I enjoy them with all their flaws, but they're not really movies to me despite the longer length. Dark Side of Dimensions feels like a real movie. If not from the story, then definitely from the animation. This is the greatest animation to ever come from anything Yu-Gi-Oh! Related. The detail, the shading, the colors, the designs, they just work together so well. So what's my verdict on Dark Side of Dimensions? Would I recommend you go see it? Well, that depends. Are you a fan of Yu-Gi-Oh? If you are, then see it. If you're not, then don't see it. Simple enough. Seeing it in a theater filled with other Yu-Gi-Oh! Fans was really something special. It made me feel like a kid again, and it makes me so proud to have been a fan of this show. Now, if only I can properly learn how to Dimension Summon. I Dimension Summon Obelisk the Tormentor!
I'm pretty sure that's not how the game's supposed to
work. You know what? I've had enough of you. I'm sick of you ruining my dreams! Let me have some fun for once!